I've been looking a lot into like types of activism and sort of societal changes and political movements, stuff like that. And a lot of the time, like this is repeated and cyclical. So there being like a stigmatized lens that a certain minority of people are seen through, and then anybody daring to step outside of that, inverted commas, not daring, obviously, facetious daring, is kind of socially punished. People being like, how dare you exist as you are in the open, and they have a real problem with it. And like, even as short an amount of time as like, I don't know, like 10, 20 years ago, when we think about the kind of sitcoms and programs that were acceptable on TV, Friends was like a massive comfort show for us, for some of us. And then I don't know if you've ever rewatched it, but it did not age well in some places. And we were talking about that today and thinking that it's actually a really hopeful sign, because like it's a very short space of time in which conversations have been had more in the open, and more people are able to say, actually, as someone with lived experience of this thing being like punched down to, that's not okay. And it only takes a few people making it visible and being like, actually, this isn't what that's like. And it does change things. So you don't have to look like any system that came before you, any textbook. And bear in mind that the things about systems recorded were only recorded under clinical observation. I'm not the same in a doctor's office, no one is. So it's very much part of a movement existing visibly open as plural right now. And things go very well, even if it's like painstakingly slow, and we have a long way to go with other movements that are similar. Education does happen, visibility does matter, people's voices are heard, and you just existing as you are makes a difference, even if it's not one that you can see right now. So it's not hopeless. It is infuriating and frustrating in places that it's like the way it is and that it has to take so long, but also it really makes a difference. And you know, the more people say, this is my experience actually, and then somebody else saying, this is my experience and it's a bit different, like the more we just talk about it, the more understanding is going to catch up, and the more lived experience is going to be kind of given the space that it should be, as it is in other walks of life as well. So there's that.